Hi, my name is Tanya and welcome to my small backyard vegetable garden here in central Victoria. We have been forecast 3 days of wet and windy weather, and seeing this afternoon is just so beautiful. I thought I'd just come out and get into the garden and get a few things done before I head off to work. I won't be here for the next couple of days, so it's good to check on things and make sure I have things secured and that they're not going to get drowned if we get a lot of rain. I've had some of these seed snails up on my back veranda and they have been sitting up there, and I think that they have not been getting enough sun, so I've brought them back down here. The peas have grown wonderfully, so they need to be planted out. But first I am going to get all these potatoes that I bought the other week out of their plastic bags into some egg cartons and get them chitting. I don't know, is that the proper way you say it? I'm not sure. But I don't normally do this, but this year I'm going to try. I am normally, running late with things and they're left in the bag and then they've got arms and legs coming off them everywhere. But this time I'm going to try and do it right and see if it makes a difference with the yield. Please let me know if you do this or if you're more like what I've done in previous years, and that is grabbed them out of the bag and they've got arms and legs going everywhere. Now, these are both blue potatoes. I think I normally miss out on these because I get them late, but I happened to be in store when they were unpacking these and I thought I'd grab a bag of both. I will be planting them into pots. Now, it's saying that August is the best planting time for my area. We sort of range in cool to temperate, so I might be able to get them into pots a little bit early and have them protected. I'm not sure. I'm going to play it by ear and just see how much grows when they are sitting here in the egg cartons. I'm going to take them inside. They're going to live in my laundry, and apparently they're supposed to get a bit of light. If the little legs or arms, I'm not sure what they're called, get too long, you're supposed to break them off, the longer ones, because they take so much energy out of the potatoes. Anyway, it'd be great to hear from you all, and just let me know what you all do with your potatoes. I'm hoping for a good yield. I was surprised at how many seed potatoes were in these bags. There's a lot here. There's a lot of little ones, which is good. It would be good for pots. And as you can see, all of them have some degree of sprouts coming out. So I don't know. I might be wanting to get them into pots fairly early. I was very happy to find the royal blue seed potatoes because I was buying them from Coles last season when the new potatoes were in, and they were so good. I bought them week after week after week when they had them on special, and they were really delicious. So I'm happy to be growing some of those. We all enjoyed them, and hopefully they will grow really well in pots. I'm not sure if you're all sick of hearing about my hot compost pot, but I'm finding it quite fascinating, and I have got the temperature up to 28 and sometimes 30 in the pot. I've got a saucer that fits on there a lot better, which holds in a lot more heat. I've got 17 just on the outer and 14 right out towards the outside. I find it quite fascinating. Would you sacrifice some space in winter to have a little hot compost going so that you could get seedlings going in the cooler weather, growing a little faster maybe, or seeds, and be making compost for your garden bed during the winter time, ready for spring, summer? I've been thinking about it and I think I would sacrifice the space. So I'm waiting to see how much faster the seedlings are going to grow around this hot pot, but I find it a bit fascinating that you could be making compost for your garden bed through a slower growing season, but keeping the temperature of the bed up for the cooler weather. I don't know, it's really got me thinking. I'm going to continue working on trying to build as much heat in the pot as I can using different manures and things, and just see how high the temperature can get. I will be taking out the purple climbing beans today because they are casting too much of a shadow over the garden bed number 2. The sun is sitting so low that it is casting a lot of shadow over most of the day, so I need them to go. And I also have sugar snap peas that I have grown in a seed snail, and I really want to get those planted out today also. But look at these Brussels sprouts. Everything in this garden bed is growing really well. I've got the cabbages. The birds are still digging here and there, but that's just what they're going to do. My aim is to just make it difficult for them where I don't want them to dig. I've got sticks over things. The radicchio is settling in. They're looking like they're getting squished, but the sticks are up off them. They just need to settle in. The leaves go very limp, very similar to when you plant out lettuce. I have loved these beans hanging here, but they need to go. And it's sort of like the raspberry job of clearing out the canes. It's one of those things that I am not looking forward to, but I will do it. Now, what I had thought I would do was put all of what I pull out over these sweet peas. I chopped and dropped those there. I actually chopped them out of another garden bed and dumped all the pea seeds and the shoots all there, and they have seeded, which is what I was hoping for them to do. Now I want to use the beans, all this excess dried material that has beans in it. I want to just gently lay it across the sweet peas that are in the garden bed because the birds are digging them up. Now I figure if I put something over them lightly, like this dried material of the beans, then maybe the peas can grow up through that and it will stop the birds from digging in the soil around them. Because the peas are only just sort of sitting there. They were never planted in the ground. So they are shooting and they're just sort of hanging on. So I'm just going to trial it. And if I get a whole heap of purple beans growing on the fence line as well, I am not going to be upset come summertime. Definitely not upset. But this job was not as bad as what I thought it was going to be. And I managed to get it done quite quickly, which is not what I thought would happen. It did help that I had a time limit to get this done, so I switched off my brain and just got stuck in. I'm very happy to see some cosmic purple carrots shooting through the ground. That has made my day when I found these, although I have not seen any parsnip shoots or, surprisingly, these spring onions. I thought, seeing I have more of the purple kale, that I would put some into a large pot. They would look pretty there. I love these colors in the wintertime in the garden, and I'm just going to fill up this pot with all the potting mix I have and just get them mulched and get them growing. I might put a few flowering plants around them later on if I grab some, and they will be more probably for looks than anything, so it will be good to get them in here. I have moved all my large copper pots with lettuces and the perpetual spinach down to the arch garden bed where it gets more sun, and I hope to have them more placed around the fourth garden bed when it gets finished. But I think this color will look really pretty here. Now I have 3 more plants. I'm going to get them planted down here. I had transplanted some plants from when I had the basil growing along the other side through summer. They are not frost tolerant, so I'm just pulling those out, and I'm going to get some dianthus and pansies planted in around. The birds had dug one of the purple kale out, so I'll replace it, add a couple more, and the pink pansies and the pinky cerise tones of the dianthus I think will look pretty there. And I'm just going to place them all along and get them in the ground. It will be nice to have them all planted. One less thing I have to think about when I come back. And hopefully the rain will just settle them in, which will be very nice. I'm persisting with my capsicums. I don't think they're looking too bad, and I hope to get a frame built for them in the near future so I can really make sure they are protected.